Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. So I wanted to bring you in today. It's been 2 weeks since I planted my little soil experiment seeds here. So I planted these February 6th. It's now February 20th. And I just wanted to bring you along here to have a really good look at what's happening. So if you recall last week when we had a look, we already had really good germination. The radishes were up. They were growing. We had a few radishes in the vermiculite over here. Just trying to separate out the ones from other spaces. So the radishes in the vermiculite were lifting out of the vermiculite. Some of them were just sitting on the soil surface. Like there's one right here that never developed. There's roots and a little bit of a stem, and then it never developed into anything. A couple stayed in and grew, but they're looking, this is the best one probably that for staying in there. I have another one here that's barely done anything. A couple that are just kind of scraggly and hanging on. Another really sick looking one here. So the vermiculite really, it just isn't holding them. The marigolds starting to come up. I planted 5 marigolds in each of these trays and only 2 actually germinated. Now, I said at the beginning that it was older marigold seed, and I believe it was collected seed. So 2 coming up seems to be the norm in almost all of them for the marigolds. These are some of the slower ones, some of the smaller ones here in the vermiculite, but they look healthy. One looks pretty good for sure. The other one's still straggling along quite a bit, so we'll see. But I would say at this point that vermiculite is definitely not something that I'm going to want to use as a seed starting mix purely on its own. Certainly not this kind of medium sized vermiculite. Next to the vermiculite we have the Jiffy mix. And again, I know they're close together. And if you didn't see my other videos or you don't remember, it was cherry bell radishes that I planted, and I put 10 seeds in each of these rows. And this row right here next to the vermiculite is the Jiffy mix. I think it was called a young plant growing mix. And it had a mixture of different things. It had peat moss, perlite, coir pith, worm castings, volcanic clay, and lime to adjust for pH. So that's what's in here. And if I recall, they all 10 came up. Some that are a little bit smaller looking, but not bad overall considering how crowded they are. I mean, this is not, and I realize that this is not how you're supposed to grow plants in these little row trays. These trays are meant for germination. Once they're germinated, you plunk them out into proper cells. But just for the sake of easily comparing close together, this is how I decided to grow these for this experiment. So they're starting to get a little bit leggy because they're crowding each other out, I think. But nice big leaves on the ones that are kind of germinated first and got up going first. For the most part, really good, healthy plants. There's one down here that's a little bit slower to get going probably, so it's not really working out well. And actually, it's sitting where some of the sand from the next row had spilled over into this tray, so that could be part of the issue there too. But overall, the radishes are looking really healthy. Again, I had 2 marigolds come up. One seems to be shading out the one behind it here. But this one is really nice. This is a good sturdy marigold to me. It has nice growth on it. And the one behind it is looking pretty good as well. It's just, I think, being shaded by this one here. The Jiffy mix for young plants, I think would be a good option for starting seeds. The seeds seem to come up well in it. They seem to stay rooted. They're growing at a nice healthy rate. And overall just seem to be doing well. Then next to that I had, and this was just a decorative sand that I got from the Dollar Tree. Normally if you were wanting to grow in sand, you would get like some washed like play sand, fine sand. But I couldn't find any in time to do this experiment. So I decided to just, try this, this decorative sand from the Dollar Tree. Now I have no idea, there could be chemicals in here. The pH could be really wacky. I have no idea. But it really, things germinate, like I'd say at least half the radishes, if not more, germinated but they didn't grow properly. They dried out. It didn't hold moisture well. I had trouble getting it to stay damp at first. And they pushed their way out of the medium. And now that it's wet, like now that I got it damp and got it to stay damp, it's like really, really wet. It's odd. I'm really surprised like how it behaved there. And there's two marigolds back here, and they both came up. They're a little bit slower to get going. Not as big and healthy as the rest. They definitely took more time to get going here. But two just the same as most of the rest of the rows here. But yeah, nothing exemplary, either good or bad with them. They're just a little bit behind the rest. Next to the sand, we have the Miracle-Gro. Now this was a peat moss, sphagnum peat moss, and it had some sort of fertilizer, and it wasn't clear what it was, but it was just a really low NPK number on it, indicating that it has some nutrients added, because sphagnum peat moss wouldn't give you that. And they came up, they germinated really well, but one thing I've noticed, and I think it's because of that little bit of fertilizer, even though it wasn't a high NPK, I don't know if you can see just how much taller they grew. These came up really quickly, they grew really fast initially, and now they seem to be at the same stage as the rest, but they grew like, they're thin stems, even compared to like some of the larger ones in the Jiffy mixes. They're a thicker stem. The Miracle-Gro is a thinner stem on all of them, and just really, I don't know, they just seem lanky to me. And I suspect that has to do with the fertilizer. I could be wrong, but it's just what it seems like to me, is that they maybe had a really fast push of growth when they didn't necessarily need it. So I'm not sure what that would do long term, if it would matter, but that's just what they seem like to me. Only one marigold came up in this mix here. It looks really healthy. It's very comparable to the one larger one that's in the Jiffy mix. So I'm happy with how the marigold looks. And like I said, the radishes would probably be fine, but they did definitely put on a really quick spurt of growth. And now they seem to be kind of just evening out. But once they germinated, they grew really fast, which, I mean, radishes do, but they were growing faster than the rest. And you can see like these have more true leaves. They just are a little bit more ahead of all the rest, but they're a lot lankier and taller at the same time. Come over, and this was a coconut coir mix. And I'm just gonna, again, separate some from the next side here. So the coconut coir we have here, and they germinated well for the radishes. They came up really well. I think it looks like every single plant came up again on that one. They seem a little bit behind as far as growth goes, but not severely. And there is a chance that some of these from the Miracle-Gro were overshadowing them. I'm not sure. That could be some of what's happening there. They are starting to get their true leaves, most of them here, and come up and grow. This cocoa coir stays really, really wet. It has larger air pockets, I would say, probably in it from some of the other mediums, just because the way the coir is. And absolutely none of the marigolds came up in that tray, in that row. And there's even little tiny bits that look like there's maybe some mold, like where maybe the marigolds were, and maybe just rotted off, because it's so wet in there. Just trying to, you know, I'm watering them all the same from the side, so they should all be getting the same amount of moisture, and it's really, really wet in there. And then the final row that we have is just a generic potting soil. I believe this was called Pots and Plants. It's mostly sphagnum peat moss based, with some perlite. These two are really holding on together, but they all, I would say all the radishes germinated in this one again. I have a couple that just grew like really tall and crazy again, but most of them are at a nice size. Just a few are starting to put on their true leaves, and they're looking a little bit yellower to me in the leaves than some of the rest. So I'm not sure if that's like, I don't know how you can see the difference in color. Like they're just not, they look like they're missing some nutrients or something. So it is time, like this is 2 weeks now, they should be starting to be fertilized with some weak fertilizer solution for all of these, because you know, seedlings have what they need to get started and get growing, but after a couple of weeks, and once they start putting on true leaves, you do want to start giving them a really weak fertilizer. But this one is, I know they just seem a little bit less healthy to me than the others, but again, maybe they were getting shaded out. There's 2 rows of lights that are going over these trays this way, so it shouldn't, they should all be getting the same amount of light. So it's not that's causing the color deficiency there. And then again, 2 marigolds came up in this tray, and they look really healthy. They look wonderful to me. So overall, I think this is a really interesting experiment to do and look at. I don't think I will continue on with this into next week. I think this is about as far as a lot of these plants can go in these little single row trays here. Well, it's further than they should go. But I think it gives us a good look at what is working better. So I'd say the mixes, definitely the vermiculite and the decorative sand we don't want to use. I would say the cocoa coir completely on its own, not mixed with anything, is definitely not something I would want to use for seed starting. The mixes that had either just the straight peat moss, I think are okay. The only concern I have with the one that was just the peat moss is I do think it had a little bit of fertilizer, maybe shot the growth a little bit faster than some of the other plants. And maybe, you know, it might cause detrimental effects down the road with them because they're a little bit leggier. But that was just a matter of just the brand that I was able to get a hold of had some fertilizer in it. So you could just use, I've used sphagnum peat moss in the past. It's always worked well for me without added fertilizer. So I would say that's fine to use. Just I would look for one without fertilizer. And also this mix here, again, you know, it had a mixture of things in it, but no strong fertilizers, and it was a nice medium that held moisture but also drained freely, and that worked really well. And the pots and plants, I think, again, just a generic, it was the cheapest potting soil I could find last fall, and I'd say it's done really well. It's drained well. Like I said, just they're starting to look like they need some nutrients, but at this time of growth, I would expect that. I have a couple that have really shot up, which is weird, but most of them are nicely sized, and I think they do really well. So I would be looking for any sort of just general potting soil that has good drainage but can retain some moisture. And if you saw my first video, you'll see, like, if you're just buying like a potting soil or a sphagnum peat moss or something that's not specifically for seed starting, you will more than likely need to pick out a few larger pieces. The Miracle-Gro had like big sticks. I don't know if I have the one. It had a huge stick in it, and many other large pieces. So that's one that I would probably not be looking to grow or to use, the Miracle-Gro, if that's the kind of quality they have. But the other two, you know, might have had a few little larger pieces in them that could easily be picked out, but nothing too extreme. So that's my conclusion on that. What do you think about this little experiment? It seemed like there was a lot of people interested in this, and lots of comments and people watching these videos, so I'm sure you all have lots to say. So continue to put those thoughts down in the comments down below. I've been really enjoying hearing from all of you down there, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.